Welcome, and congratulations on taking the first step on a profound journey. You are here because you understand a fundamental truth that most people will live their entire lives without ever grasping. You understand that the path to a life of purpose, progress, and fulfillment is not a matter of luck, talent, or circumstance. It all comes down to how you talk to yourself. The way you speak to yourself determines how you show up in the world. Your confidence, your discipline, your success, your happiness, it all starts with the words you use in your own mind. Most of us don't realize how much our self-talk shapes our reality. But here's the good news. Small, intentional changes in the way you talk to yourself can create a massive shift in how you feel, how you act, and how you see the world. For the next 3 days, you will embark on a challenge, a mental crucible designed to reprogram your inner dialogue. This is not some far-off, abstract concept. This is a practical, proven way to talk to yourself that can boost your confidence, sharpen your focus, and unlock a whole new level of self-belief. Imagine waking up every day feeling more in control of your emotions and your choices. It starts with the words you use. In this master class, I will guide you through 10 powerful strategies, now consolidated into 6 actionable principles that you can start using today. You won't just feel inspired, you will see real results. This is where change begins. This is where you stop being a passive participant and start becoming the inner architect of your own destiny. Welcome, masters of your own destiny. We begin our 3-day conquest not with action, but with a profound and difficult act of courage. Before we can talk about the power of intentional thought or the discipline of action, we must first lay the cornerstone upon which all success is built, and that cornerstone is truth. For too long, we have lived with a lie, a comfortable lie that shields us from the reality of our own lives. We avoid looking at our bank account. We ignore the strained relationships in our lives. We refuse to confront the habits that hold us back. We live in a self-imposed fog of self-deception, believing that if we don't look at the truth, it somehow doesn't exist. But the truth is not an enemy you can hide from. It is a fundamental law of the universe. And until you face it, until you confront your own reality with unflinching honesty, you will be unable to make a single meaningful step forward. This first principle of our conquest is not about judgment. It is not about self-criticism. It is about a disciplined, cold, and courageous act of awareness. It is about taking a moment to stop and ask the most important question of all. Where am I right now? The great conquerors, the masters of their own lives, do not shy away from this question. They embrace it. They understand that you cannot set a course for a new destination if you do not know your precise location on the map. This is your life's audit. This is your personal inventory. This is the moment you stop being a passenger in the carriage of circumstance and start becoming the captain of your own ship. Let us first confront the powerful lure of self-deception. It is a siren's call that whispers sweet comforts and dangerous lies. It tells you it's not your fault and you'll start tomorrow. It convinces you that your problems are too big, your past is too heavy, and your circumstances are too unchangeable to overcome. This is how most people build their own mental prison. The walls are constructed of excuses. The bars are forged from justification. They lock themselves inside this comfortable, familiar prison and throw away the key, telling themselves that they are stuck because of something outside of their control. They hold on to a victim mentality because it absolves them of the difficult and arduous task of changing themselves. But this is the gravest error of all. For as long as you refuse to look at the truth of your situation, you have no power. You cannot fix a problem you refuse to see. You cannot heal a wound you pretend is not there. You cannot change a life you are unwilling to own. The pain of honest reflection is always less than the pain of a life wasted in the shadows of self-deception. This first principle is your great escape. It is your act of tearing down the walls of that prison, of shattering the bars of justification, and of facing the light of truth for the first time. It is the moment you reclaim your power. To embark on this journey of honest reflection, you need a protocol. This is not a vague suggestion. It is a structured 4-pillar audit of your life. This process must be done with the cold, detached eye of a scientist and the courageous heart of a warrior. Pillar Y, the legacy audit. Where have your choices led? This pillar is about the past, not to wallow in it, but to learn from it. You are the sum of your choices. Your financial situation, your physical health, the quality of your relationships, these are not random accidents. They are the direct and cumulative result of every small decision you have made. Take a detached look at the results you have today. Do not judge them, simply observe them. Your bank account is not a sign of your worth, it is a ledger of your financial habits. Your physical body is not a sign of your value, it is a reflection of your daily choices. This audit is about taking stock of the legacy your past self has left for your present self. Pillar 2, the time audit. Where is your most valuable resource going? This is the most critical pillar. Your time is your life's currency. You can lose money and make it back, but a minute spent is a minute gone forever. Take a ruthless look at how you spend your time on a daily basis. Where are the leaks? Where is the waste? Are you a master of your minutes, or are you a slave to distractions? You will find that most people are not busy. They are simply in constant motion, putting out fires and reacting to a world that is not their own. This audit is about identifying the time, thieves, the activities, the people, the habits that are robbing you of your most precious resource without you even realizing it. Pillar 3, the habit audit. What are you building every day? Your habits are the invisible architecture of your life. They are the small, consistent actions that determine your future. Take an inventory of your daily habits. Are you building habits that make you stronger or habits that make you weaker? Are you consistently nourishing your mind, or are you consistently filling it with garbage? Are you reinforcing discipline, or are you reinforcing procrastination? This audit is about seeing the cause and effect in your daily life. It is about identifying which habits are an investment in the future you and which are a profound debt you are paying every single day. Pillar 4, the mindset audit. What stories are you telling yourself? This is the most difficult and most important pillar. It is about listening to your inner dialogue. What stories are you telling yourself about your abilities, your potential, and your past? Are you a hero in your own story, or are you a victim? Are you a person who says, I can't, or a person who says, I'll figure this out? This audit is about confronting the lies you tell yourself, the limiting beliefs that have been holding you hostage for years. You cannot change your life if you are unwilling to change the narrative in your own mind. As you go through this 4-pillar audit, there is one tool that is more powerful than any other, and that tool is a pen. The act of writing down your reflections is not a suggestion, it is a non-negotiable step. Your thoughts are abstract, fleeting things. They can be easily rationalized, easily dismissed. But when you put them down on paper, they become tangible, they become real, they become undeniable. Writing forces clarity. It forces you to be specific, to confront the truth without the ability to hide from it. It turns a vague worry into a concrete problem you can solve. It turns a fleeting thought into a permanent commitment. So, I urge you, do not simply think through this process. Take a notebook, a journal, and write it all down. Take the time to dig deep and uncover the truths that will guide your next steps. The purpose of this audit isn't to dwell on the past, it is to learn from it. It is to extract the lessons from your experiences so that you can create a new, more powerful future. This journey of honest reflection will be uncomfortable. You will not like everything you see. But let me tell you this, the pain of facing the truth is a noble pain. It is the pain of a warrior preparing for battle, not a victim recoiling from a blow. The ultimate reward of this process is not a feeling of shame or regret. The ultimate reward is clarity. You will have, for the first time, a precise map of your life. You will know exactly where you are. You will know what has worked and what has not. You will know which habits are building you up and which are tearing you down. You will have a clear understanding of the obstacles you face and the power you hold to overcome them. With this map in hand, you are no longer lost. You are no longer drifting. You are no longer a victim. You are the architect. You are the commander. And you are ready to make a change. The foundation of truth has been laid. Now, go forth and build. We have taken the first, most difficult, and most necessary step on our 3-day conquest. We have had the courage to look at the truth of our lives. We have faced our reality with unflinching honesty and conducted a ruthless audit of where we stand. We have a map, and on that map is our current undeniable location. But a map with only a starting point is useless. A ship's captain does not spend his entire journey obsessing over his current coordinates. He uses them for a single, profound purpose: to chart a new course, to set a destination. And this, my friends, is the next great act of our conquest. This is the moment you stop dwelling on what is and start commanding what will be. This is the principle of intentional thought. The most powerful tool you have in this life is not your physical strength, not your connections, and not even your resources. The most powerful tool you have is your mind. It is the creative engine of your existence. And until you take conscious, deliberate control of that engine, until you train it to focus on what you want instead of what you fear, you will forever be held captive by a reality that you did not choose. For the next 3 days, you will learn to use your mind not as a passive observer, but as a master creator. This is not about wishful thinking. This is about a disciplined, scientific, and powerful process of mental creation. This is about forging a vision of your ideal future, so vivid, so real, so all-consuming, that your subconscious mind has no choice but to begin aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions to make it a reality. This is the forge of possibility. This is where you turn a vague hope into an undeniable blueprint. Let us first confront the destructive habit that keeps most people in a state of perpetual struggle. It is the habit of worry. Worry, my friends, is a profound and dangerous act of creative energy. When you worry, you are not being idle. You are using your mind's creative power to manifest negative outcomes. You are taking a vague fear, and with every moment of focus, you are building a detailed, vivid, and emotionally charged movie of a future you do not want. You are directing a tragic play in your own mind, casting yourself as the victim, and playing it on a loop. This is the ultimate sabotage. You are, in effect, actively creating a future of failure, of lack, and of limitation. You are using your most powerful tool against yourself. A ship's captain who spends his entire voyage obsessing over every possible storm, every possible rock, and every possible disaster will never reach his destination. He will be paralyzed by fear, and his ship will eventually drift into the very dangers he obsessed over. Worry is not a form of preparation. It is a form of paralysis. This is a battle you are losing every single day. This conquest, this 3-day challenge, is your decision to stop directing that tragic movie. It is your decision to take your mind's creative power and direct it toward a new, more powerful production. It is your decision to stop focusing on what is wrong and to start focusing on what you want. To use your mind as a creative engine, you need a protocol. This is not a vague suggestion. It is a structured, 3-part system of mental mastery. Step 1, the rejection of negative focus. The first step is the disciplined act of rejection. Your mind, conditioned by years of worry, will want to revert back to its old patterns. It will want to replay a past failure. It will want to catastrophize a future event. Your first act of discipline is to be the guard at the gate of your mind. When a negative thought or a worry appears, you must consciously and deliberately reject it. You say to yourself, "Stop. I am not a passenger to these thoughts. I am the driver. This thought is not serving me, and I will not give it my energy." Step 2, the command of focus. Once you have rejected the old pattern, you must immediately replace it with a new one. This is the command of focus. Your brain's reticular activating system, its internal GPS, is constantly searching for what you tell it to look for. If you tell it to look for problems, it will find them. But if you tell it to look for solutions and opportunities, it will find those too. This is not some abstract magic. This is neurology. You are directing your brain's search function. For the next 3 days, every time you catch yourself worrying, you must immediately replace that thought with a focus on what you want. You say to yourself, I am not focused on what is wrong. I am focused on what is right. I am not focused on what I fear. I am focused on what I desire. This is a mental martial art. You are using the force of your worry against itself, redirecting that creative energy toward a constructive purpose. Step 3, the art of vivid visualization. This is the culmination of intentional thought. This is where you transform a vague desire into a tangible mental blueprint. Visualization is not just about seeing something in your mind, it is about making it real. I want you to dedicate a few minutes each day to this practice. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and with all the creative power of your mind, create a mental movie of your ideal future. See it. What does your ideal day look like? What are you doing? Where are you? Be specific. Feel it. This is the most powerful part. What emotions do you feel in this future? Do you feel joy, pride, peace, excitement? You must engage your emotions. Your subconscious mind responds to feeling more than logic. When you feel the emotions of success in advance, you are sending a powerful signal that this is your new reality. Believe it. This visualization is not a wish. It is a rehearsal. It is a training session for your future self. You are preparing your mind to believe that this future is not just possible, but inevitable. The profound truth of this process is that you don't attract what you wish for, you attract what you are. By dedicating yourself to this ritual of intentional thought, you are beginning to embody the energy of the person you need to become. You are aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs with the reality you are trying to create. Think of it like this. Your mind is a powerful magnet. For years you may have been holding a magnet that was tuned to the frequency of doubt and lack. But with intentional thought, you are changing the polarity of that magnet. You are retuning it to the frequency of confidence and abundance. You are not waiting for success to find you. You are becoming the kind of person that success wants to be around. You are becoming the magnet. This is the shift from a vague wish to a powerful mental blueprint. A wish is a fragile thing. A blueprint is a detailed, undeniable plan. When you visualize, you are the architect and your subconscious mind is the builder. You are giving it the precise instructions it needs to begin the process of construction. The ultimate reward of this ritual is not just a mental picture. The ultimate reward is the non-negotiable fuel that powers you through every challenge. The ultimate reward is faith. This is not a blind faith. It is a faith born from a disciplined, consistent practice of intentional thought. When you have seen your future so vividly, when you have felt the emotions of your success so profoundly, you can no longer be held back by fear or doubt. Because your mind, your heart, and your spirit all know with an internal certainty that this future is real. This inner faith is what allows you to take action even when the path is unclear. It is what allows you to push through a setback. It is what allows you to say, I am building something magnificent, even when all you can see in front of you is a pile of raw, uncarved stone. This is the fuel of your conquest. This is the power you have been searching for. The power to stop the destructive habit of worry and to start using your mind's creative genius to build the life you were meant to live. The inner architect is ready to begin. The blueprint is in your hands. Now, go forth and create. If this message is resonating with you, it's because you're ready to build something great. Make sure to hit that like button so we can continue this journey together. Welcome back, architects of destiny. We have laid the foundation of truth by having the courage to reflect on where we stand. We have charted our course by forging a vivid and undeniable vision of our ideal future. But now, we must turn our attention to the single most powerful tool we possess for building that new reality. We must turn our attention to the words we use in the silent war of the mind. For your mind listens to every word you say. It is the command center of your life. And the words you use, both internally and externally, are the commands you issue to that center. If you fill your mind with doubt, hesitation, and negativity, your actions will reflect it. But if you train yourself to speak with power, certainty, and belief, your life will follow. This is the principle of the language of sovereignty. The biggest mistake most people make is that they allow their words to be a passive reflection of their reality. They see a problem, and they speak about a problem. They feel a doubt, and they speak about a doubt. But the conqueror understands that their words are not a mirror. They are a chisel. They are a powerful tool for shaping the reality they want to create. For the next 3 days, you will learn to use your words not as a passive observer, but as a master creator. This is not about empty affirmations or wishful thinking. This is about a disciplined, powerful practice of language that will program your mind for success and create a reality of abundance. This is about taking control of the code that writes your destiny. Let us first confront the common habit that keeps most people in a state of perpetual struggle. It is the habit of unconscious language. We tell ourselves stories without even realizing it. We speak of our limitations. We complain about our circumstances. We use words that drain our energy, weaken our confidence, and erode our self-belief. This is a profound act of self-sabotage. Think of your mind as a ship, your most precious vessel. And every word you speak is either an anchor that holds you in place or a sail that catches the wind and propels you forward. Most people are constantly dropping anchors of doubt and fear, and then they wonder why they aren't moving. This unconscious language manifests in many ways. It is the constant internal dialogue that says, I'm not good enough. It is the external complaint that says, this always happens to me. These words are not neutral. They are programming. And the more you repeat them, the deeper they are embedded in your subconscious. They create a psychological feedback loop where your words create your beliefs create your actions, and your actions create a reality that confirms the very words you started with. This is a cycle you must break. This conquest is your decision to stop being a passive passenger and to start being the master programmer. It is your decision to use your words with a new, uncompromising intentionality. To use your words as a tool for creation, you need a protocol. This is a structured two-pillar system of mental mastery. The first pillar is the most fundamental. It is about a deliberate act of creative energy that says, I have enough and I am enough. This is the power of gratitude. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you when something good happens. That's a passive reaction. True gratitude is an active, disciplined, and proactive state of mind. It is a command to your subconscious to focus on the abundance that is already in your life, not the lack. Think of your mind's focus like a spotlight. For most people, that spotlight is constantly fixed on what is missing. The money they don't have, the opportunities they didn't get, the problems they can't solve. But when you practice gratitude, you are taking that spotlight and deliberately shining it on what you already possess. Your health, your relationships, your past achievements, even the simple gift of another day. This is not a feel-good exercise. This is neurology. By consciously and consistently focusing on abundance, you are rewiring your brain's reticular activating system to see more abundance. You are training your mind to look for opportunities, to see possibilities, and to find solutions. For the next 3 days, I want you to make gratitude a non-negotiable part of your routine. Every morning, before you begin your day, speak 3 things you are truly grateful for. Not just a list, but with genuine feeling. At night, before you sleep, reflect on 3 good things that happened. This daily practice is an act of creation. It is a powerful declaration that you are operating from a place of fullness, not from a place of fear. Once you have filled your mind with gratitude, you must then fill it with an unshakable sense of certainty. This is the power of affirmations. Most people talk to themselves with weak, uncertain language. They say, I hope this works out. They say, I'll try my best. These words are not commands, they are pleas. They signal to your subconscious that you are not in control, that you are not fully committed. And your subconscious mind, like a loyal but literal soldier, will take those words as instructions and act accordingly. A master uses affirmations as commands. They speak in the present tense with absolute conviction. They do not say, I hope to be confident. They say, I am confident. They do not say, I need to be more disciplined. They say, I am disciplined. The phrase I am is the most powerful command you can give your mind. It is a declaration of identity. It is a statement of fact. And when your subconscious mind hears this command consistently, It has no choice but to begin aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions to make it true. This is not about fake it till you make it. This is about a mental martial art. Every time a doubt pops into your head, you must immediately replace it with an affirmation. It is the discipline of catching the weakness and instantly countering it with strength. When your mind says, "This is too hard," you respond with, "I find a way to win." When your mind says, "I'm not good enough," you respond with, "I have everything I need to succeed." The repetition of these commands is the hammer that forges your new, confident identity. When you make the profound shift to the language of sovereignty, you are not just changing yourself. You are changing the very energy you send out into the world. You are activating the law of reciprocity. This law states that the energy you give out is the energy you receive back. For years, you may have been sending out a frequency of doubt and lack. But when you start speaking with gratitude and certainty, when you start embodying the energy of abundance and confidence, the universe responds. You are no longer attracting problems, you are attracting solutions. You are no longer attracting doubt, you are attracting opportunities. You are no longer attracting scarcity, you are attracting wealth. This is not magic, this is cause and effect. This is you taking control of the one thing you have absolute dominion over, your words, and using them as a tool to create a reality that mirrors the magnificent person you are choosing to become. The path to an unstoppable life is not a mystery, it is a blueprint. And the first, most powerful tool in that blueprint is your words. You have learned that your self-talk is the command center of your life. You have learned that unconscious language is the anchor that holds you back. You have learned that with the two pillars of gratitude and affirmations, you can begin to program your mind for success. The law of sovereignty is not a temporary challenge. It is a lifetime commitment. It is the decision to make every word count. It is the decision to stop being a victim of your thoughts and to start being the master creator of your reality. The choice is yours. Will you continue to let your words hold you back, or will you begin today to use them to build a life of purpose, power, and abundance? The blueprint is in your hands. Now go forth and create. We have traveled far on our 3-day conquest. We have had the courage to face the truth of our lives. We have forged a vivid and undeniable vision of our ideal future. We have taken command of our inner dialogue, using gratitude and affirmations to speak our reality into existence. But now we arrive at the moment of truth. Now we must turn our attention to the great chasm that separates all talk from all triumph. We must confront the final, most crucial principle that bridges the gap between intention and action. For it is one thing to say you want to change. It is another thing entirely to do the work. It is one thing to have a perfect mental blueprint. It is another thing to make the first strike with the chisel. This is the principle of the discipline of action. Most people become experts in theory. They read the books, they watch the videos, they have a magnificent vision in their minds, but they never translate that internal work into external results. They become masters of motivation, but slaves to procrastination. Their life becomes a comfortable prison built of good intentions, where a perfect plan sits forever on a dusty shelf. But the conqueror understands that the most powerful form of self-encouragement is not a kind word. It is a decisive action. Your confidence, your self-belief, and your momentum are not born from the things you tell yourself. They are born from the things you do. This is where the mental work becomes a physical reality. This is where you stop being a passive dreamer and start becoming an active creator. Let us first confront the great lie that keeps most people from ever reaching their potential. It is the belief that thought alone is enough. We live in an age of information where it is easier than ever to acquire knowledge. We can read a book on discipline, listen to a podcast on confidence, and watch a video on success. And for a moment, we feel a surge of energy. We feel powerful. We have the knowledge, we have the plan, we have the vision. We are, in our own minds, brilliant generals with a perfect strategy. But a general with a perfect battle plan who never gives the command to attack will never win a war. His brilliance, his strategy, and his perfect plan are all worthless. His inaction is a form of self-sabotage, a comfortable prison built of good intentions. This, my friends, is the trap of intellectualizing success. We fall in love with the idea of being successful more than the difficult, uncomfortable, and often messy process of actually doing the work. We use reading and learning as a form of procrastination, as a way to feel productive without ever having to face the risk of failure that comes with taking action. But the real world, the world of results, of progress, and of triumph, does not reward good intentions. It does not respond to a perfect plan that lives only in your head. It responds to action. This principle is your act of taking that perfect plan off the dusty shelf and giving the command to attack. To translate your internal work into external results, you need a protocol. This is a structured two-pillar system of mental mastery that bridges the gap between thought and triumph. The first pillar is about confronting the invisible enemy, your own negative thoughts. We have learned to identify them, but now we must learn to defeat them. A negative thought is not a fact, it is a habit. It is a faulty alarm system that goes off for no reason, and your discipline is to challenge its validity. This is a mental martial art, and it requires a protocol. Awareness. You must first be aware of the thought, catch it in the act. When your mind says, "I can't do this," you must hear it. Interrogation. You must then interrogate it. You must question its validity with a cold, logical, and rational mind. You ask, is this 100% true? What evidence do I have to the contrary? Most of the time, the thought will crumble under the weight of this interrogation. Reframe. You must then rephrase the thought in an empowering way. When your mind says, "I am too tired," you reframe it to, "I have the energy to do what is necessary." This is not about lying to yourself. It is about choosing to focus on a new, more powerful truth. Your negative thoughts are the most powerful enemy you have. But with this protocol, you have the weapon to defeat them. Once you have defeated the enemy within, you must fuel your progress with the most powerful form of self-encouragement there is. It is not a kind word, it is a decisive action. A great coach doesn't just say, "You can do it." A great coach gives a player a small, successful drill to build confidence, then another, then another. Your self-talk is your coach. You must use action to prove to yourself that you are capable. This is a powerful framework for building momentum. The smallest possible step. The chasm between where you are and where you want to be is often intimidating. The key is to make your first step so small you cannot fail. The conqueror is not afraid to take a single small step in the right direction. This step proves to your subconscious mind that you are serious. The power of proof. Each small action is a piece of evidence. Every time you get up and move when you said you would, you are collecting evidence that you are disciplined. Every time you push through a difficult task, you are collecting evidence that you are resilient. And this evidence, this undeniable proof, is what builds unshakable self-trust. The momentum loop. One small successful action creates momentum, and momentum is the most powerful force in the universe. It makes the next action easier, which makes the next action easier still. Soon, you are operating at a level of focus and intensity that was once unimaginable. Action is the ultimate form of self-encouragement. It is the act of saying, "I believe in myself," and then proving it to yourself with relentless, unwavering conviction. This process is not just about changing your life, it is about building an unbreakable character. It is the understanding that the heat of discomfort and the hammer of action are not a punishment. They are the tools that forge a confident, resilient, and powerful person. The most profound growth you will ever experience will not come from an easy victory. It will come from the moments of struggle. It will come from the moments when you wanted to quit, but you used your self-talk to challenge that thought, and you used a small, decisive action to prove it wrong. It is in those moments that you are being forged into a new, more powerful version of yourself. Your self-talk is the voice of the blacksmith. It is the voice that says, "I am the hammer. This is the steel. I will not stop until this steel is hardened, sharpened, and ready for battle." The ultimate reward of this ritual is not a list of accomplishments. It is a profound, earned sense of unshakable self-trust. It is the absolute internal certainty that you can overcome any challenge because you have a track record of proving it with action. This is the life of the inner architect. You have the blueprint. You have the tools. You have the courage. Now, you must make the commitment to stop the destructive habit of all talk and to start the powerful character-building ritual of action. The forge of your character is waiting. The ultimate conquest begins now. This is just one of the principles we'll master. For a complete blueprint to rewire your mind, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next step. Welcome back, architects of destiny. We have confronted the great lie of inaction and armed ourselves with the discipline to take action, proving to ourselves that we are capable, resilient, and powerful. We have faced the chasm that separates all talk from all triumph. But now, we must address the final, most crucial step of all. For action without direction is chaos. An army of 1,000 soldiers, no matter how disciplined, no matter how courageous, will accomplish nothing if the general does not provide a clear, concise, and unwavering command for the day's conquest. Your actions, your energy, and your will are that army. And this, my friends, is where you learn to be the general. This is where you learn to give a clear command. This is the principle of the architect's blueprint. This is the art of translating your vision and your courage into a daily plan of attack. This is the simple yet profound act of setting clear daily intentions. Most people wake up and their day is an accident. They allow the chaos of the world to dictate their agenda. They are not creators, they are reactors, and their lives are a reflection of that chaos. But the conqueror understands that a successful life is not the result of a happy accident. It is the result of a precise, intentional, and well-executed blueprint, laid out one day at a time. This is where you stop being a victim of your schedule and start becoming its master. Let us first confront the great lie of the modern age. It is the lie of the to-do list. Most people have a to-do list, a long, sprawling, and ever-growing list of tasks, big and small, that they believe is a symbol of their ambition. But for many, this list is not a source of power. It is a source of stress. It is a symbol of overwhelm. It is a monument to all the things they have yet to accomplish. Their day becomes a frantic, reactive game of trying to check off as many boxes as possible, and at the end of the day, they are exhausted. But they have made no real progress. This is the to-do list trap. This is busyness disguised as productivity. This is the illusion that movement is the same as progress. A captain with 100 conflicting orders will get nowhere. A builder with 1,000 different tasks, none of which are prioritized, will never complete the house. Your daily intention is the antidote to this chaos. It is the disciplined choice to cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters. It is a rejection of the lie that you must do everything and an embrace of the truth that you must do the right things. This is where you stop trying to run a marathon every day and start focusing on a single, powerful step. To use your daily intentions as a powerful blueprint, you need a protocol. This is a structured, three-pillar system of mental mastery that transforms a chaotic day into a focused and productive one. The first pillar is about the discipline of clarity. An intention is not a vague wish, it is a clear command. The clearer your command, the more effectively your subconscious mind can execute it. Instead of a vague desire like, I want to have a good day, your intention must be a clear, specific, and actionable statement. It is the voice that says, my intention for today is to be patient with my family and to complete my top priority by 11 a.m. This is a command to your mind, to your body, and to your spirit. It gives them a clear target to aim for. This clarity reduces decision fatigue, the mental exhaustion that comes from having to make 100 small decisions a day. When you wake up, you don't have to wonder what to do. The blueprint is already laid out. You simply have to execute the plan. This frees up your mental energy for more complex challenges and ensures that you start the day with a profound sense of purpose. The second pillar is about the discipline of prioritization. A daily intention is not a long list of tasks. It is a razor-sharp focus on the one or two things that will move the needle in your life. This is where you must identify your most important task for the day. This is the one task that, if completed, will make everything else easier or unnecessary. This is the one task that, if left undone, will make the day a failure in your own eyes. This is the single most important brick you must lay in your personal conquest for the day. Your day is a battlefield, and a great general does not attack 100 targets at once. He identifies the one most crucial objective, and he commits all his forces to conquering it first. This is how you win the day. By identifying your MIT, You are declaring to yourself that this is the one thing that will receive your full, undivided attention and energy. Everything else is secondary. This discipline is your defense against the to-do list trap. It is your commitment to progress over activity. It is your understanding that a life of meaning is not built by doing 100 things, but by doing the right things with relentless focus. The third and most powerful pillar is about the discipline of emotional alignment. And intention is not just about a task, it is about a state of being. A great conqueror does not just plan the battle, he plans his mindset for the battle. This is where you set an intention not just for what you will do, but for how you will feel and how you will show up. Your intention is the voice that says, my intention is to approach every challenge with curiosity, not frustration. Or, my intention is to be a source of calm energy in every interaction I have today. This is where you take command of your emotions. You are no longer a victim of a bad mood or a moment of weakness. You are the sovereign of your own inner world, and you are choosing what energy you will bring into every interaction. This holistic approach, aligning your mind, your emotions, and your actions, is what transforms a good day into a powerful day. It is what transforms a simple plan into a profound act of personal mastery. The disciplined ritual of setting daily intentions is not just an intellectual exercise. It is a profound act of psychological reprogramming. This ritual is your antidote to decision fatigue, the mental exhaustion that comes from a life of constant reaction. When you have a clear intention, you don't have to waste valuable mental energy on 100 small choices. The path is clear. You simply have to walk it. This ritual is your fuel for self-trust. Every day that you set a clear intention and follow through, you are sending a powerful signal to your subconscious mind. I am a person who keeps my promises. I am a person who does what I say I will do. And that signal, that undeniable proof of your own capability, is what builds unshakable confidence. Your confidence is not born from luck. It is born from a track record of intentionality. This ritual is the most powerful habit you can build because it is the blueprint for all other habits. It is the daily act of commanding your mind to work with you, not against you. And when you align your mind, your emotions, and your actions with a clear purpose, you become an unstoppable force. The path to an unstoppable life is not a mystery. It is a blueprint. And the most powerful tool in that blueprint is the disciplined ritual of setting clear daily intentions. This is your final act of defiance against a life of chaos. It is your commitment to a life of purpose. It is your decision to stop being a reactor and to start being the architect of your own destiny. The blueprint is in your hands. Your day is waiting for your command. Now, go forth and create. Welcome back, architects of destiny. We have laid the foundation of truth by having the courage to reflect on where we stand. We have charted our course by forging a vivid and undeniable vision of our ideal future. We have taken command of our inner dialogue, and we have armed ourselves with the discipline of action, making the first strike with the chisel. In our previous session, we learned to give a clear command for the day's conquest, to set clear daily intentions. But a commander who gives the order and then never checks the results is a fool. A builder who lays bricks all day but never steps back to see the wall they are building will lose momentum. A warrior who fights without acknowledging his victories will eventually lose his will to fight. This, my friends, is the next great act of our conquest. This is where the unseen work becomes visible. This is where your small daily victories become undeniable. A track record of proof that you are on the right path. This is the principle of the compounding effect. This is the art of translating daily intentionality into long-term momentum and unshakable self-trust. This is where you stop hoping for a better future and start seeing the proof that you are building one. This is where you learn to keep track of your progress and, most importantly, to end each day with pride. Let us first confront the great destroyer of momentum, the folly of unseen effort. Most people work hard, they put in the hours, they make the difficult choices, but they lose momentum and get discouraged because they fail to see the results. They only look at the vast distance between where they are and their ultimate goal, and that distance feels insurmountable. They are like a marathon runner who only looks at the finish line, completely ignoring the 10 miles they have already run. This mindset is a profound destroyer of willpower. When you fail to acknowledge your progress, you are sending a powerful and dangerous message to your subconscious mind. This effort is not making a difference. Your mind, a loyal but literal servant, will then respond accordingly. It will lose focus. It will lose energy. It will lose the will to keep pushing forward. Your spirit starves not from a lack of effort, but from a lack of acknowledgement. This is the cycle of under-acknowledgement. Hard work leads to no visible progress. No visible progress leads to discouragement. Discouragement leads to a lack of effort. And a lack of effort leads to the very failure you were trying to avoid. You must break this cycle. You must stop believing that your effort is invisible. You must learn to become a master of momentum, a master of seeing the profound impact of your small daily acts of discipline. To become a master of momentum, you need a protocol. This is a structured two-pillar system that transforms a day of effort into a track record of undeniable progress. The first pillar is about the discipline of the logbook. A captain of a ship does not navigate by feeling alone. He keeps a detailed logbook, a historical record of every course change, every mile traveled, and every condition of the sea. This logbook tells him where he has been, where he is now, and how he is progressing. You must do the same. You must become a meticulous recorder of your own journey. Tracking is not just about numbers, it's about charting your course and creating a historical record of your conquest. It is a profound act of self-accountability. Your logbook should have two ledgers. The action ledger. This is where you record the specific intentional actions you took that day. Did you complete your most important task? Did you work out? Did you read your 10 pages? This ledger proves that you showed up and did the work. The outcome ledger. This is where you record the direct measurable results. Your weight, your savings, your project's completion percentage. This ledger proves that your actions are having an effect. This discipline of tracking is your defense against the folly of unseen effort. It takes away the guesswork and provides undeniable proof that you are, in fact, making progress. When doubt creeps in, you do not have to rely on a feeling. You can open your logbook and look at the hard evidence of your own progress. Once you have recorded the day's actions and outcomes, you must then perform the second and most powerful part of this ritual. You must perform the victory lap. You must end each day with pride. This is not a celebration of ego. This is not a moment of arrogance. This is a deliberate, quiet, and profound act of self-validation. You work hard, you put in the effort. But do you take the time to acknowledge your achievements? A professional athlete, after a victory, does not immediately rush off the field. They perform a victory lap. They acknowledge the team, the crowd, and most importantly, themselves. This is a non-negotiable ritual of self-respect. It cements the win in their mind and programs their subconscious for future victories. You must do the same. At the end of each day, I want you to perform a victory lap. Look at your logbook and acknowledge what you accomplished. Look at your life and find a reason to feel proud. You are not waiting for anyone else to tell you that you did a good job. You are validating yourself. You are telling yourself that your effort matters, that your progress is real, and that you are capable of achieving even more. This ritual of pride reinforces the behavior that got you there. It creates a powerful, positive feedback loop. You work hard, you see results, you celebrate, and that celebration inspires you to keep going. This daily ritual of tracking and pride is the fuel for the most powerful force in the universe, the law of compounding. Each day that you perform this ritual, you are making a profound deposit. The clarity you gain from tracking, the confidence you build from acknowledging your progress, these are not small, fleeting benefits. They are deposits into a bank account that will, over time, multiply exponentially. The first month of this ritual might not seem like a big deal. The first 2 months might still feel like a struggle. But the law of compounding is always at work. The small daily decisions you make today are building a force of momentum that in a year, in 5 years, will become an unstoppable avalanche of success. Your discipline will no longer feel like a fight. It will feel like a flow. Your confidence will no longer be a fleeting emotion. It will be an internal, unshakable certainty. The people who win are the ones who understand this. They are obsessed with consistency, not instant gratification. They know that the results may not be visible today, but they are absolutely inevitable in the long run. You have now been given the final two principles for building a life of purpose and profound progress. You have learned that your journey is not just a series of actions, but a series of acknowledgments. You have learned that your effort is not invisible and your progress is not insignificant. It is time to stop the destructive habit of under-acknowledgement. It is time to stop the folly of unseen effort. It is time to stop hoping for a better future and to start seeing the proof that you are building one victory lap at a time. This is where you stop being a passive participant and start becoming the master of your own destiny. The conquest begins now. You now have the 10 small habits that can transform your life in just 3 days. These aren't just empty words, they are a blueprint for a life of purpose and fulfillment. You will begin with honest reflection and acknowledging your situation. You will then shift your mindset with focusing on what you want and visualizing your ideal future. You will reprogram your self-talk with gratitude and affirmations. You will turn thought into action by challenging negative thoughts and encouraging yourself with action. You will live with purpose by setting daily intentions. And you will build unstoppable momentum by keeping track of progress and ending each day with pride. The secret to success is not a magic formula. It is a decision. It is a commitment. It is the result of the choices you make every single day. So, take these 10 rituals. Commit to them fully for just 3 days. And when you look back a year from now, you will not be the same person. You will be a creator of circumstance. You will be a master of your own destiny. Your conquest begins now.
Don't let this be the end of your transformation. The journey has just begun. Subscribe to the channel to get the tools you need to continue building your momentum and living a life you're truly proud of.